Hey there guys, real quick, this is the Elder Dadless, co-host of the Dadless Podcast. Today, I'm here to tell you a little something about Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast, and let me go ahead and explain. First of all, it is free, there's no upfront cost, it doesn't cost anything. It's a great way to get started. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Literally, if you're on the go, if you're at school, if you are hiding in the restroom while you're at work, if you're stalking your ex-girlfriend, you can literally make a podcast from anywhere. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other streaming platforms. Hey, great way to get it out, right? You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. That means that your Uncle Randy, who was twice removed, can help you make a buck. Or creepy Father John, who you chose to stop talking to for many reasons, can even help you make a buck. It's that simple. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That is anchor.fm. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get back to the show. We're good. It's coming in. It's coming in fine, actually.
Let's hit that record button. Count us in.
Should we put our phones on the table and all?
So whatever you want to do, Papa.
Well, I'm trying because you were asking about it. You were saying stuff about it. So.
Oh, no, I thought it was a feedback.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I thought it was a feedback. No, we're good.
All right, come on, Papi Dadless.
All right.
I call Mono Daddy because this means it's Crunchyroll. just so we're aware.
We do what?
One of our friends, I call him Daddy because he lets me use his Crunchyroll.
Oh.
All right.
Did you guys know AT&T owned Crunchyroll?
Do they?
Funimation owns it now.
They sold it.
Yeah, for like $1 billion.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm just waiting for them to combine the services, but I don't think they're gonna. Sons of bitches.
All right, I'm gonna count it in. 3, 2, 1.
Isn't that a wonderful beginning?
Yeah, it's really good. What is this? Are you trying to trick me?
Wait, just wait.
When's it get good?
What's up there, little homie? About ready to do this?
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
In this world, if you can't swim, you found the dress out. And if you fall, you better pick your punk ass up. That's right. And the rest of y'all,
Wanda, the ready?
don't cut him no slack.
Hey, Freak Joe! You're going nowhere!
1.
I got you for 3 minutes! 3 minutes of heat time! You got no backup here.
I'm calling Veronica. Veronica, give me a hand.
Y'all fools get busy.
3.
It's clobbering time.
All right, we're good.
Start again?
Yep. Welcome back to the Dallas Podcast. As always, I am the Elder Dadless. On the panel today, the return of the great communicator, Jose the Dad, myself, and the prettiest guy that I've ever met in the world, the roaming nomad Vic Dadless. This is the first time that there's 3 of us on the panel. A panel at that.
We have a panel today.
We have a panel. We have a, oh fuck. I forgot what the code was in Monsters Inc. What is it, 3319? 4319?
I don't remember.
I don't remember what it was. Anyway, we're going with it. Shout out to
2319.
2319?
2319.
2319 Wazowski.
2319.
I have a story. Mechanic demanded trial by combat in response to a parking ticket. This is back in 2018.
When Game of Thrones was still relevant.
It's safe to say that no one likes getting a ticket, but in England, a Suffolk mechanic, Leon Humphreys, then 60, my boy was 60, took a next level approach to challenging his $32 ticket, about 25 pounds, about 25 stone. In 2002, he was issued the ticket for failing to notify the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency,
That's
DVLA.
enough. Say that 10 times
DVLA.
Yeah, it's their DMV.
That his motorcycle was off the road, so it was non-op basically, and he demanded trial by combat, citing medieval precedent. He claimed that he was entitled to ask the court to establish his guilt or innocence by allowing him to fight to the death against a champion of their nomination.
We're gonna get a nominate.
The defendant offered to take on a clerk.
Yeah.
He wanted to fight a clerk with samurai swords.
How are you
Humphreys
with sword in hand, boy?
Humphreys of Bury St. Edmunds, Suffolk, unemployed at the time, said that his choosing trial by combat meant that he did not have to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty. However, the court decided to log the plea as not guilty. The defendant offered to take on a clerk with samurai swords, knives, or heavy hammers. Humphreys told the media after hearing this, "I believe the right to trial by combat is still on statute of books. I can ask for it because the new human rights law gives ordinary people the right to use the law for their own purposes. I am willing to fight a champion put up by the DVLA if they want to accept my challenge, but they must remember it is a fight to the death." He continued, "The victor speaks in the name of God and justice, so it is a reasonable enough way of sorting out the matter. I know I have the right to do so, and I have nothing to worry about. I am reasonably fit and not afraid of taking on anyone in a fight." Dude, that's so G. That's
Lord
the most
Humphreys
gangster
for the
shit.
win.
That's the most gangster shit. Not only did the court disagree, but the magistrates fined him 200 pounds with 100-pound costs. Trial by combat arrived with the Normans after the invasion of 1066. It was lawful for people to fight each other over disputes, but because the person that would fight would win, as God would back the victor. And that was like their only claim to the whole thing. It's like, you can fight trial by combat, but more than likely the person that is going to win is God has their back. So it's not even a one-on-one fight. It's a one-on-one fight.
2-on-1.
It's a handicap.
Got the boy JC in my corner.
He has the power of God and anime on his side. Also, in 2016, in New York State, a Staten Island lawyer, Richard Luthman, sought trial by combat to resolve an allegation that helped the former client fraudulently transfer assets. He said that he stole from his books, and it was a valid choice that he could challenge for trial by combat. Eventually, the judge declined to order such combat and conceded it wasn't a viable option, the judge said. That's fucking crazy. I can't even imagine that shit. Just be like,
Why
look,
is
dude.
England so boring with their judges? Why can't their judges be like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's.
Because they have the fucking, no, what is it? They're a monarchy, aren't they? Is England still ruled that way?
Isn't that like the only Western
No,
monarch?
they have it's a figurehead. The queen is she's just a
Yeah,
figurehead.
she doesn't have
She
any
doesn't have any
actual
like
power.
yeah.
But I mean, they still have the title. So
Yeah, it's kind of like Japan, how they have like they still have emperors and shit.
Yeah.
But they don't have any power.
Like, I just want to
They're
see
just
one of
treated
those.
as royalty.
I've played Civ. I know what's going on.
I want to see one of those red coats with the black hat that's always serious. Take Lord Humphreys on here and
That shit would be bad, dude.
Let's
Imagine
see.
they bring out like their biggest guy.
see he's like this looking like the mountain. You
They're
know?
like, this is our champion. This is our champion. He's the male boy.
You know what? I'll take the $25 fine.
They're like, he's a rugby player in his spare time. That's so fucking cool, dude.
You imagine in the U.S. like a DMV employee being the champion. Like that one guy when you go to the DMV and they're always like, no, you gotta go to the other line, and you finally get your chance to just take one. You're just like, you get a ticket on purpose so you can do a trial by combat. Like, I want to take him on.
I want him. I want the guy that has the gimp foot. I want the guy that could barely walk.
Let's take him.
Where is he at? You're gonna pick the guy that doesn't speak English? The guy that teaches his driving class?
Would you televise a trial by combat?
You would have to.
Oh fuck yeah, pay-per-view?
Like, can you just like amass a certain amount of like trial by combats and then every month, you know, like you can lower our taxes by turning trial by combat into premium primetime television.
You put it on OnlyFans? Just naked, fighting. No fucking
Different
weapons.
variants, huh?
No weapons. I think that would work.
The Greeks did it. Naked wrestling in the Olympics.
I mean, they also fuck
They're,
boys too, but... Hello.
Well, they're restoring the Roman Coliseum so that they can hold venues there. So they might.
Didn't Metallica play at the Roman Coliseum?
I wouldn't doubt it, but they are restoring the like the stage
Oh wow.
or like I guess the floor. I don't know. They're leaving the stands alone, but they're gonna restore the stage that way they can hold venues. So it's only a matter of time till Justin Bieber rolls up.
And then someone walks in gladiator gear. I challenge thee.
I challenge you, ticket holder. at the fucking
If you
box
win,
office.
can you get in?
Yeah, for
You win.
life. For life.
For life.
Free soda, hot dog, popcorn. Pick your pick of the young lads. You're like, no, I don't want that. You're like, pardon me.
No.
You can keep that part.
You know what? I'll wait till somebody else plays.
Giant Aztec skull tower unearthed in Mexico. Archaeologists in Mexico City have discovered 119 human skulls arranged in a trophy-like tower that the Aztecs built 500 years ago, according to Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History. The new finding shows just how extensive the tower is. In 2015, researchers discovered part of the tower thought to be the remains of a main trophy site in the Aztecs' capital. Since then, they found a total of 603 skulls embedded in the structure. The skulls buried there are the remains of sacrificed men, women, and children, according to the Associated Press.
That reminds me, and I'm pretty sure this is what actually happened. The Mexican Institute or whatever got it wrong. You're looking at the actual first edition of Mortal Kombat there.
Get the fuck out of here. I thought you were going to say something. I thought you were going to say something hella cool.
No, but, I mean, a giant a skull tower, you know, with 19 skulls going up to the top. Like,
They just found
that's Mortal Kombat.
several bodies kebabbed onto it from getting uppercutted onto the fucking structure. That's hella cool.
That's how they used to play. It's like, hey, you want to play Mortal Kombat? Yeah, what is that? Oh, you know, it's a fun game I came up with.
I'm going to throw you off this fucking... I'm going to throw you off
Oh,
something.
so do we
See
have
where you land.
Controllers or no real life? Okay,
They're like, hey, let's try it.
we don't have the technology for that. I know the aliens just came, but they didn't give us video games, so here we are.
They're like, do you want to see me do a triple gainer or not?
Hey, the aliens came and they let one of the kids play Mortal Kombat because they had the technology at the time, and then that kid became emperor or king or whatever. He's like, I want this video game to be our society.
They were like, sir, what's a video game? And he was like, shut your mouth, pussycat. Let's listen. He's like, we're going to make this something.
Put it on the calendar. 2012, around that time anyway, you're gonna find out about Mortal Kombat.
But the world's going to end. We're showing that the sun's going to turn off.
Is that what they thought? They thought the sun was going to turn on?
They thought that
Is that
I
like
heard
the
it was-
Aztec belief, or like that's what we thought?
so the Aztec calendar only went out to 2012 because it was based on seasons.
It was the Mayan calendar, wasn't it?
One of the two.
It was the Mayan calendar.
Mayan
I
calendar.
believe it was the Mayan calendar.
But it's like
But I mean,
it's,
their cultures are very similar. so.
it basically just marks the end of like the big fire in the sky was gonna and turn off.
Well, you know, I heard it's because the way they counted was they would count to 6 and then start over. So it wasn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4,
11,
5,
12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
Oh, okay.
20, 21, 22. So they counted in sixes. And so the way the calendar worked, it just like, that's all they had room to write. But they actually had like more calendars or something. Who knows? They're probably going to look at our age right now and be like, you know, hey, this great philosopher thought that this was going to happen. And it's just like a fucking TikTok
Fuck that.
file or something that they discovered. And it's like, they take it as much more serious than it is.
The Mayans counted in base 20.
Base
they,
20?
Yeah, base 20. So they just counted on their fingers and toes. It's the most easily accessible thing to them.
Fuck yeah.
So they just did base 20. There's we do like base 10.
Oh, okay.
So we count 0, 10, 20, so on and so forth. They were 0, 20, 40. But yeah, I don't know where according to this side at least, I don't know. Nothing about counting by sixes.
We'll see if I can find it, but I think it's just something that I heard a teacher tell us. I don't know who, but
All I know is we're still alive.
On the
we
outside.
still made it.
Holy shit. But I have a list of people who aren't alive anymore who have died from rather unusual circumstances. One of these is from 620 BC, Draco of Athens. Draco, an Athenian lawmaker, was reportedly smothered to death by gifts of cloaks and hats showered upon him by appreciative citizens at a theater. Fuck.
Hey, we love you so much.
Love you so much. Fucking die.
Maybe they didn't love him. They just like pretended they loved him. That reminds me, dude, that sounds an awful lot. Have you guys watched Norseman on Netflix?
No. I know of it, but I haven't, no.
So it's like a parody of all these like Vikings shows that have been coming out. And it's hilarious because it's like a really small town. And they have a lawmaker. And some stuff happens. Some guy they don't like becomes a lawmaker. And they just like cap on this guy. And so that's what that reminds me of. Is like, that's the way the show would like kill someone off. It's like, oh yeah, we love you. And then they just smother him in gifts.
Here's Sophocles, 406 BC, a number of remarkable legends concerning the death of Sophocles, another of the three great Athenian, basically just a philosophizer. According to one legend, he choked to death on an unripe grape. Another says that he died of joy after hearing that his last play had been victorious. A third account reports that he died of suffocation after reading aloud a lengthy monologue from the end of his play. Without taking a pause.
Choked on a grape, huh? Or what was it?
He choked on a grape.
I guess that's why they tell you not to give a kid a whole grape, but...
Is that a thing? Do people say that?
Yeah, they... Because kids will just...
So like if I give Roland a grape, I have to...
They'll breathe them in, yeah.
You have to like bite them in half.
I do, yeah. Or mush them or something. Something dumb. You gotta like...
You can't give a kid that's like less than like 3 or 4.
I'm not ready to be a parent.
Vic was like, you can't give him whole
Can't
grape.
give him a fucking grape.
Here's hot dogs and grapes.
You can't give him
give him a hot dog?
No, hot dog either. You gotta cut it up or something.
Well, I mean, yeah, but...
No, yeah, we'll just...
Okay.
They'll inhale it.
There's a lot of them. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I can't give
it's a
him a
good
hot
thing I'm
dog?
not
What do you mean?
That's all I know how to cook.
Hot dogs and grapes is all I have.
That's all I got.
That's all I have in the fridge.
That's like 2 of my 3 things. And the third one's alcohol, so...
He's like, what? I can't give kids alcohol. Obviously, I know
If
that.
they're teething, you can give them a little whiskey,
You give them whiskey on the gums.
Yeah, a little whiskey on the gums.
We're not on the Mayflower. It's not acceptable.
You can't just throw them overboard.
So apparently Papua New Guinea is like one of the only cultures that counts by 6. Don't know why they do that, but yeah, apparently Papua New Guinea. They eat people. They don't do that. That's what they're known for.
We'll jump to the Middle Ages. Ragnar Lodbrok.
Ooh, I wonder where
That's
he's
not
from.
that's not a real name. That's fake.
It's a gimmick name.
That's his wrestling name.
What's up, brothers? This is Ragnar here. This is in the year 865. Ragnar, a semi-legendary Viking, whose exploits are narrated in the Ragnar sagas. A 13th century Icelandic saga is said to have been captured, and he was executed by throwing him into a pit of snakes. That's so ugly. I fucking can't. That's like that's one thing that I'm like, the idea of being like, have you ever seen videos of people being bitten by snakes? That shit's terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
I watched Anaconda.
That's yeah. The whole.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah.
That's ugly.
Indiana Jones agrees with you guys.
That's like, yeah, he does. He's scared of snakes.
Like, this man will take on a giant rolling stone.
You had to be
He'll take
snakes.
on, like, anything. He's not afraid of anything. But then you put him in front of snakes, and he's like, ah.
So you only get the Rolling Stones sometimes. Disneyland likes to keep it from you.
The ball gets stuck every now and
Yeah,
then.
sometimes they just take it away. It's just dark.
You just get the sound.
Yeah, you do.
The whole thing starts with him taking on a Chinese mafia. But you put him in front of snakes, and he's like, I don't know about that.
You get short round. Don't mention Han Solo to him.
Would it be racist to do a short round impression?
Probably.
Probably
best to avoid that.
Louis III of France, the year 882. Louis III, king of West Francia, died and aged around 18, whilst mounting his horse to pursue a girl who he was running to seek refuge in her father's house. He hit his head on the lintel of a low door and fell,
That sounds like
fracturing his skull.
That sounds like a justified.
He hit his fucking head on just...
He took the brother bump.
He took the brother bump and just didn't get up.
Hey, you take the inside out bump? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
What the fuck's an inside out
How
bump?
do you take that? Just ride your horse into that doorway?
She's trying to get away.
This is strong style.
This is a while back, so I'm assuming it wouldn't have been consensual, and she's trying to get away, father's house for safety.
He wanted to stay at her father's house. They were homies.
He was trying to pipe her.
Don't try to cancel this guy.
He was trying to pipe her at the dad's house, dude. He hit his head.
He's been dead for 200 years. Don't cancel him now.
Hey, me too, right? No one's safe. Louis C.K.
Oh, too soon.
All right,
well, there goes the episode.
we're gonna get twisted tea now.
Hey, I like Louis C.K.'s dope, dude.
Yeah,
I like Louis C.K.
Just himself. He did nothing wrong.
You know what's weird too is that
it's a weird stance to take, but all right, go off.
Talk your shit.
Talk your shit, man.
There was a comedian who did talk about like going on tour with him, and him asking her like, "Hey, can I like beat my dick?" And she was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And then other days she was like, "No, you fucking piece of shit."
Hey, look.
And would like talk down to him, and he's like, "Okay." But it was almost like if
you getting talked down to.
Yeah, that's why though. She said that it was almost like he would get off on it. He'd be like, "Oh, guess not."
Different strokes for different folks.
I'm just a dirty boy.
Hey, look, homeboy. I mean, you got like Weinstein, all these other people that are like, you can't have a job unless you do this. And he's like, maybe. It's like he's throwing the fish line out, and then when he doesn't get the bite, he's like, okay.
He's like, "All right, I was kidding. It's just out." It's just hot.
And to my knowledge, it was always in his room. So I mean, if it's in his room, like I just don't want him to be canceled. I like the guy. He's a funny dude.
He's funny, dude. He's so funny. But you know who isn't funny? Crown Prince Philip of France. And this is in 1131. Crown Prince Philip of France died while riding through Paris when his horse tripped over a black pig running out of a dung heap, and he died.
Is that like?
Yeah, but if
you got the black cat thing started, like it was a black pig.
It was a black pig.
It was a cat.
No, it's because they were witches.
They had a familiar. It was the cat. But no, this fucking pig just ran in front of him, and his horse tripped. Very, very all the SpongeBob. Tripped and fell onto my boy. Here's something from the Renaissance. Victims of the 1518 dancing plague. In July of 1518, several people died of either heart attacks, strokes, or exhaustion during a dance mania that occurred in Strasbourg, alas, Holy Roman Empire.
The dancing plague has happened multiple times. This is a phenomenon that's been more than once.
Dancing plague to me sounds like Footloose, but in the 1500s.
And it's just a mania?
Yeah, people just go crazy. They just dance until they drop dead. They don't drink water or nothing. They just keep dancing.
Just bangers.
And yeah.
Just bangers.
every few centuries, there's a banger that comes along. You just can't stop dancing.
Also known as St. John's Dance, was a social phenomenon that occurred primarily in mainland Europe between the 14th and 17th centuries. It involved groups of people dancing erratically, sometimes thousands at a time.
Mosh pit.
Yes.
Hey,
Open up this fucking pit. The mania affected men, women, children, who eventually danced until they collapsed from exhaustion.
Maybe the devil is in that group and he shows his hooves and he's like, all right, no one's
is this like Futurama?
He was like, watch this, the robot devil.
The earliest known incident was in the 1020s in Benburg?
Bebenberg?
Sure.
Bebenberg of Northumbria?
I know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, Bebenberg of Northumbria, northern England.
So I'll take it.
18 peasants began singing, dancing around a church for Christmas Eve service.
That's it.
Oh, that's a packed house. 18 people back in 1020.
And then in 1237 again it happened.
So hey guys,
another one in
we got a great turnout.
1373, another in 1374. That seems to be about it. No, right here. This.
Oh no, that's not Bebenberg.
I don't know. That's in Germany.
Bebenberg belongs to Uhtred.
What are you referencing?
Yeah, what are we doing?
The Last Kingdom on Netflix.
Oh, all right.
It's a great show.
So I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Hey, for sure, man.
Sure.
Mandalorian.
Star Trek.
Great show.
How dare you?
Canceled.
Firefly canceled, but it's coming back. I've never watched Firefly.
Is it? No, it's not.
Yeah, it's coming back. I've never seen Firefly.
Neither have I.
I don't even know what it's about. I know it's one of those things that, if you're a nerd, an on-paper nerd, you should be into Firefly. But I'm like,
I've never heard of
I watched Heroes, and then it got really bad, and then we wanted it to get canceled.
I never got into it.
Heroes is tight.
That's what I heard, though. It's one of those things kind of like, I guess in comparison to maybe like Doctor Who, where people are like, if you're into nerdy stuff, you better watch it.
Never got into it.
I never once have seen fucking Doctor Who.
I've seen some of the people who are into Doctor Who, and I do not.
You've seen the Whovilles?
I do not
You're
want
like,
to be a part of that.
I don't want to be a part of that.
I'm not gonna join that fan. It's like Stair Kids.
I remember one of the very first.
What the fuck is that?
What?
The fuck is Stair Kids?
Like drama kids. Like the kids that
bro.
wear tails.
Okay.
You said with tails?
Yeah, you know, like teenagers now they like wear tails. Like
Nah, you're talking about a trend from like 09 maybe. Do they still fucking wear tails?
There was kids walking around with tails when I was in high school.
they
For
still
real?
walk around
Yeah,
with tails.
there was like one or two. It was a small school, but there was a couple that did it. Good for them, but
some of the kids get into a competition like who can be the most socially awkward and just most annoying person.
That's tight.
hey, they were unapologetically themselves. Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. I'll give them that. But
One could say that they were always packing. This one comes from the 19th century. John Cummings, March 1809. After seeing a circus knife swallower, Cummings began actually swallowing cum. Just plain, he swallowed knives. On one occasion, he swallowed 4 knives and quickly passed 3 with no ill health. He later swallowed 14 knives, and after some days of abdominal pain, he passed all of them. He finally swallowed 20 knives, and a few days later, he died.
hey, look, I mean, if you're swallowing knives,
one
you're
too
probably
many.
gonna die.
At one point during an autopsy, they found in his intestines between 30 and 40 fragments of metal, wood, and or horn
Yeah,
from
but
the
some-
knives.
But some of those didn't come through the mouth.
It came through.
Suppository?
This would not be able to be swallowed. How did he get it in here?
It's like, came through the back door. William Snyder, 13, died in San Francisco, California. That's why he died. That's it. That's the end.
He's an SF.
Reportedly, after a circus clown swung him around by his heels.
Oh no!
A circus clown just swung him and he died. Oh no, dude.
The kid's probably sitting there like, "Mom, this guy isn't funny." And the clown's like, "Oh yeah, I'll show you what's funny."
You want to see what's funny? Bro, he said,
He sent him flying. And
he said, swing me by my heels, dog. Oh my God. And he died. But how many times? It doesn't say how many times. They just swung him by his heels.
Just one time around and threw him
One
into a
swing,
wall.
one hard, just fucking. Next on the list, Henry Taylor of 1872. Henry Taylor, a pallbearer at Kensal Green Cemetery in London, was crushed by a coffin that he was helping carry. He tripped on a stone, and the widow of the man in it reportedly nearly went into hysterics. They tripped, carrying the coffin,
Hey,
and it,
people
and it
are
fell
heavy.
on him.
That's
Jeez, dude.
2 for 1.
And to
Almost
say
3.
Buy one get one.
to save money, they just threw him in the coffin with the guy. They're like,
Did it cost money to bury people back then? You
I
should
don't
dig
know.
a hole in the ground, didn't
What
you?
year was it?
1872.
I couldn't imagine there was a scarcity of land. You
Bro,
just put someone in the ground.
But I would imagine that in London that they would be like, yeah, you got to pay a tax,
Why they have the
just some kind of tax,
Until a fire comes.
and just burns down the whole city. Sir William Payne. In 1881, Sir William Payne Galloway, a former British MP, died after sustaining severe internal injuries when he fell on a turnip while hunting.
I feel like if he was hunting with someone, that's like a Dick Cheney scenario. Like, I didn't kill him. He fell on a
He
turnip.
fell on a turnip. He slipped on an ice cube.
I don't know what happened.
He tripped on a ladybug.
It's a really pointy turnip.
Fuck
looked
on that.
A lot like my knife. Turnip is what I name my knife.
He stabbed. Turnip is what I call my gun.
I try to catch him, but my knife was in my hand and I forgot. And you know,
It's a trip on a turnip?
William Payne. That's a
William
painful
Payne.
death.
He's like, this is gonna hurt. This is from 1903, and the person was unknown. An unarmed person was beaten to death with a Bible during a healing ceremony gone wrong in Honolulu, Hawaii. He was being treated for malaria when his family summoned a kahuna who decided he was possessed by the devil instead and tried to exorcise the demons. The kahuna was brought up on a charge of manslaughter. It went from malaria to the devil, and they beat him to death.
Ow.
He had ghosts in his blood. Gotta get the ghosts out.
Do you think so? The kahuna would traditionally be someone Hawaiian, correct?
Yeah, it's like their monarch.
Yeah, and so he's probably like, you know what? These white people are coming in trying to like take our land and stuff.
These howlies.
Like, hey, they want Christianity? I'll give them Christianity. You want me to be a Christian monarch? I'll give you a Christian monarch. Here's the fucking Bible, my guy. Whole new kind of Bible.
Grigory Rasputin.
Oh, my boy?
December 1916. According to Russian mystics, he murdered himself. Grigory Rasputin consumed tea, cakes, and wine which had been laced with cyanide, but he did not appear to be affected by it. He was then shot once in the chest and believed to be dead, but after a while he leapt up and attacked his assailants, who freed himself, and then he fled. Rasputin followed and made it into a courtyard before being shot again and collapsing into a snowbank. The conspirators then wrapped his body and dropped it into a river. And by all accounts, I think he drowned. I think that's what killed him. It wasn't even being poisoned or being shot. It's like he was drowned. Then again, they said that Grigory Rasputin's still alive. So
He's probably kicking with Tupac.
he was alive in Hellboy.
Be like,
Hellboy 1.
well,
It's been years.
Oh yeah, he was
It's
the
been
main.
years,
He was
not
the main antagonist.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. It was Rasputin.
it could have been an Obi-Wan Kenobi moment.
It could have been. Yeah, he was just
You
like.
kill me and I become stronger. Sorry, Victor.
Oh, Star Wars. Frank Hayes, 1923. Frank Hayes, a 22-year-old jockey of New York, died of a heart attack mid-race and collapsed on his horse, which nonetheless crossed the finish line, still carrying his body. He did come in first.
Hey, if you're in second place, are you insensitive for being like, hey, does it count if he's dead? Like, am I first place?
I mean, he died. Bro, and jockeys are real small. I can't even imagine. Like, the small man complex, the rage that came out of, like, the guy who came in second place to a dead guy.
Forever, that's his like, hey, I won first place. Yeah, but remember that time you lost to a dead guy?
So remember the time I fucked your wife?
Jimmy, no, Moms, get out of here.
He's like, no. And coming up on the 2000s, Bliss Scott. In the year 2000, Bliss Scott 7 died after touching an African snail, which she contracted meningoencephalitis. Jesus fuck, I don't even know.
Try and spell that, Victor.
Meningoencephalitis.
Mendigo.
I'm going to
Mandingoencephalitis.
spell it phonetically, and we're going to not get any close. Say that again?
Meningo, M-E-N-I-N-G-O.
Oh, well.
He died because he touched a snail and it gave him some kind of rare disease.
It gave him fucking mandingoencephalitis. And he died. Don't know what that is?
See, some of these, like, these are all deaths, right?
Yeah.
But, like, death in general, you're like, oh, don't laugh at death, right? But, like, oh, it happened in 1850, 13-year-old kid with the clown swinging him by his ankles. Oh, I can laugh at that. It's been 170 years, and it sounds funny. But then it's like, oh, it's a 7-year-old, and it happened in 2000?
It's a brain disease. It's very common, apparently.
Weird.
Stay the fuck away from African snails.
I can only imagine it's something something that you get from a parasite, because I mean, it came from a snail, so I can only imagine that it would be something like that would affect you in that way.
So I'm gonna invoke the South Park's too soon rule for myself and anything I laugh at right now. 22.3 years is how long something has to age before you can laugh at it.
Really?
Do you remember that episode?
I do.
Well, and then they're like, we can't laugh at 9/11 until.
We laugh at Y2K.
You know
I
what's...
mean, people like bugged out. Like people sold houses. They lost everything because they thought the world was gonna end.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
Well, yeah, but they were talking like AIDS. Like, you can't laugh at people with AIDS, but then like.
People laugh at magic.
Well, yeah, because at that point it had been 22.3 years. That's the whole episode of South Park. It's a good one. You should check it out. But they're like, oh, you can't
Magic
laugh at that.
It hasn't been that long since Magic got rid of it. Like, he's still. Did he get rid of it? Does he?
And it's just been like the AIDS pandemic in general. You can't laugh at AIDS. Because the whole thing was like Jared from Subway was like, I want to give everyone AIDS. And they're like,
but like,
what? That's fucked up. And then he's like just trying to give them like he has assistant AIDS.
I don't think that's current anymore. That doesn't make sense to me.
22.3 rule.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Because like,
I mean, it's not like an actual.
you can make fun of.
rule.
You can't make fun of like the most recent thing, but like 2 things ago, you can make fun of that. Like that's fine.
I mean,
But like the current social movement, you can't touch it. But 2 or 3 ago, it's fine.
it's not that serious.
You can make fun of
It's just
coronavirus.
South Park, yeah.
I did. I fake coughed at Disneyland at the beginning of last year.
Did you?
Yeah, I
No,
want
you
people out of
didn't.
line.
Did you really?
Yes.
Did it work?
Yes.
People left?
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
No
It
way.
was fantastic. Oh yeah. And then we gotta go. Bye. Get out of. I want to go to Space Mountain.
Get the fuck out of my way.
It worked.
I feel like
Am I
that's.
proud of it? No.
I feel like that's
Happened.
one of the only things that like people have been really lighthearted about, as far as like the current social climate anyway, has been making jokes about like just coronavirus in general, the election, coronavirus. I think that's probably the only things that you could be really fucking lighthearted about. I don't know. What are you gonna fucking tell a joke about like the racial landscape of everything? No, fuck no.
Good luck.
You know how seriously I take COVID at work determines on what you're buying. As fucked up as that sounds. If you're coming in because you need help with your phone because it's not turning on and all you have to do is hit the power button. Oh, sorry, we're at max capacity. We can't let people in for troubleshoots right now. It's like, yeah, I want to switch my family of 5 from AT&T. They're all here with me. Come on in. Like, oh, I want to buy a charger. Well, I'll bring it up. Because they count our clicks, so it's like, if you're giving us a good sale, it's like, oh, fuck COVID. Do you want to fucking lick the phones? But if it's like, oh, I'm not buying anything, I just need your help. Sorry, COVID. Super serious.
You can't do it.
Gotta watch out for COVID.
Do they do contact tracing?
No.
I don't give a shit.
No.
Right on.
If anyone in any of the stores tests positive, they shut the store down for 10 days. Well, you know what's it's so funny, like the way that the government decides what can be open and what can't. My store is in a parking lot with a Walmart. Walmart's packed all the time, people in and out all the time. And then you have a couple restaurants, they're open for takeout. You have our store, we're open, we're a retail store. And then there's like 2 or 3 nail shops or beauty salons that all have to shut down. Because shutting them down will help us help us stop the spread. But you literally have thousands of people in that parking lot every day. Like, are they really gonna make it that much worse? Like,
I feel like that lot's always packed. I feel like there's not one day that area isn't packed.
exactly. It's like just let them do their fucking nails.
When I went and got tested for COVID, I had to go to the bathroom and they wouldn't let me into the hospital to get tested. I was outside the whole time. And I was like, hey, can I go? And they're like, no, you have to leave and go to Walmart where they did not require me to wear a mask or anything while I was actively getting tested for COVID.
Nah. I'm alright.
And I was like, I guess, sorry guys at Walmart, I gotta pee.
Oh, and this is while you had it? Or this is while
when
you
I
were...
was getting tested before. Yeah, I didn't know I had it at the time, but yeah, I ended up ultimately being positive, and yeah, they sent me down the street to Walmart because they didn't want me to go inside to use their bathroom.
That's crazy.
That's
Or
crazy.
having a porta potty or something. Like,
Yeah.
there's several things they could have done, but instead they just sent me to Walmart down the street. It's pretty tight.
There was an office that we had gone to because I had to go and get x-rays, and their parking lot was lined with like the nicer, air quotes, the nicer porta potties, like the big ones.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh,
even
the
then,
deluxe units?
yeah, the deluxe ones, the
Made for couples.
the suites, made for.
Only a Warped Tour.
Where did you and Mom meet? Warped Tour in the fucking porta potty. I put her head in the fucking toilet. But that parking lot was lined, well, not lined, but I mean, like around the perimeter, there's at least like 1 or 2 of those fucking porta potties, and people were having to wait outside in their cars, or they were sitting distanced. But even then, I was like, fuck, like, that's fine, whatever. Up until you got into the building. And then when you were in the lobby of wherever the fuck you had to go, then it was like, yeah, you can use the restroom. But
Yeah, it got so bad. There's like one of the nail salons decided we're still gonna be open, but like secretly. But
yeah,
it's
I was
all
gonna
glass.
say for that, yeah.
So what they did was they literally put a black. It looks like trash bags, but it's just like black plastic to cover the front windows and put a sign that's like, "Sorry, we're closed." But they let people in the back door.
A lot of businesses that were still trying to get by, like during the initial shutdown, were doing that. So it was like a lot of, like several just like gyms, you know, like MMA gyms or jiu-jitsu schools or whatever. They were putting up those black, like the blackout tints on their windows to do that too, even just to do like small classes. And it's like, I mean, they were doing what was required by other businesses, doing temperature checks and sanitizing everything. They were literally giving like 2 or 3 hour windows in between classes. I think they brought it down to certain schools, not every single one, but they were cutting it down to maybe like a 2 hour class. And then in between, it was like a 3 hour window, and they would sanitize everything and let it dry. And then having other people come in and then, you know, just doing the whole...
I mean, it's like, it sucks that, you know, places that would be the most likely to spread it, like Walmart or Target, where you have plenty of people, all kinds of people coming in and out all day long, are allowed to be open and still make their billions, but a small place. It was funny, we had like these old ladies come in and they're like, "Can we get our nails done?" I'm like, "At T-Mobile?" Well, no. Like, we heard you can come here to get them done. And I'm thinking like, oh, it's that, you know, like the nail shop two spots down. I'm like, well, I want to throw that lady under the bus in case this old lady's actually an undercover cop trying to shut her down. So I was like, yeah, no, we're T-Mobile. We don't do nails.
We're not doing nails right now. Sorry.
And then they leave, and then they come back and like, are you sure this is where they told us to come? And I'm like, lady, go away. But yeah, it's crazy out there how things were going.
I just want to go to movies. I don't care about anything.
I'll
I don't do
my
anything
body
else.
I'll sell my body. I'm gonna get the vaccine. Right.
I just want to go to the movies.
Yeah, like, you know, if you take the vaccine, you're gonna grow a third limb. Cool. Make me a Marvel hero. Can I go to the movies? That's my priority right there. And the movies would be so easy, like to socially distance and operate still.
At ours, it'd be easy, but like a regular would be pretty difficult. We have our assigned seats, and they can just.
A lot of theaters have actually switched. Like, I didn't know that Regal on McHenry also had assigned seating.
So the local theaters here have switched because Galaxy was running them out of business, so they had to do it. But if you get a little further out, they don't.
I mean, even then, you know, just.
But it's a growing trend that they'll eventually all get to this point. I don't know how to behave at a regular theater. I don't know how early you're supposed to show up to get a good seat. I was 45 minutes early to Into the Spideyverse 2 years ago because I wanted a good seat. I had no idea what to do. It's disgusting.
Did you get a good seat?
Yeah, best seat in the house. I was the first person there.
There you go.
But it was weird.
I remember doing that. I remember having to get to movies early just to get in.
Now you have to buy them like at midnight when they're available because like a shipment of Air Jordans.
Well, that's what we did for Endgame. We bought our tickets as soon as they went up.
And we needed an insider like Hector to be like,
we bought like
they're live.
20 tickets.
Yeah, you got a gang of them.
We had like 2 rows to go watch Endgame. Half of the people slept.
I didn't.
My sister slept.
Did she?
Yeah, she was asleep. Yeah, she woke up and she.
Back in high school, my mother took me to the midnight premiere of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, and she fell asleep during the movie. Given she's not a Harry Potter, there's also a lot of nerds out there, including myself, and these people were selling wands.
Oh, I remember that. That's tight.
And then I was such a fucking nerd. I was dueling other wizards in the middle of downtown Modesto.
I think, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you and then a couple years later I got jumped there.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, when you got beat up outside the McDonald's?
Yeah.
At the high school nights thing?
I was going to say at that.
At the high school nights, it's
yeah.
tight.
What were you?
That's cool.
No, yeah, no. I think the first 3 movies, I dressed up in robes because that's when they had started making the costume robes anyway for kids to go in. And I had a Hufflepuff robe because there were no Gryffindor robes. And the one time that I did get a Gryffindor robe, it was like fake. It was like a Halloween one. It wasn't one that you could just wear.
Oh, okay.
And I did for like the 3 movies. Me and all the other little fat kids, and we're like, "What house are you?" I'm Gryffindor.
But before the Pottermore quiz, and you just like decided for yourself.
No, I decided for myself even after taking that.
Did you?
Yeah. I said that the quiz was wrong.
Well, actually,
So it's probably the most Gryffindor thing I've ever done.
You need to take the quiz multiple times because you get different questions. I discovered that, and so like, for example, Daniel took the quiz like 3 or 4 times the other day to reaffirm that he was a Hufflepuff, and one time he came up with Gryffindor. So you can get like COVID, you get faulty test results.
See,
So I took a bunch, and I've taken it maybe 10 times, and one time I got Gryffindor. The other 9 times Ravenclaw.
like for Vic, I would take you Slytherin or Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I got Gryffindor, and I said that's stupid. I'm Hufflepuff, and yeah. So that's probably the most Gryffindor thing to do. Say that the test is wrong.
I would take the test a few more times.
So
I would take you just Gryffindor.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm not smart enough to be Ravenclaw.
Fuck, I got Ravenclaw.
I
don't even fucking know
I'm
how.
not smart enough to be Ravenclaw.
Oh, I thought you were saying I'm not smart.
No,
enough.
me.
I'm like, hey,
I'm
fuck
not.
this guy. I'm a Ravenclaw.
Fuck that.
not.
You're like,
I'm
I'm smart.
I'm not.
I'm no 2 + 2.
Bro, you were trying to count by 6 30 minutes ago.
Hey, that was the I did
that was-
precurse that with
That was
the American education system.
the same people that count by 6 eat people.
What's up?
Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea. That's hella funny.
You're really sounding like a Slytherin right now.
Let's try some answer to the internet. Would you rather drink exclusively hot drinks for the rest of your life or move to Boise, Idaho?
Move to Boise, Idaho.
I don't even know what's over there, but
They got potatoes.
yeah. Oh yeah, Idaho. I know.
They got potatoes.
Yeah.
They got potatoes and hate crime.
No, so here's the funny thing. I've actually looked
Victor.
into- What?
He was like, they have potatoes and hate crimes. Fuck, dude.
I was looking into it actually, believe it or not.
Idaho?
Yeah.
No, dude, you gotta go to Arizona. You get a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, indoor pool for like $250K.
Yeah, but
Goodness
you get paid $2
gracious.
an hour.
Dude, Georgia, when they flew us out there, first sign off of the freeway next to the airport, 4-bedroom unit starting at $700. I was like, excuse me?
Because a lot of these places it's lower, but you also get paid less. So
Yeah.
It kind of evens out. I had some customers come in. They're like, "Yeah, we moved to Texas." Like everyone else was like, "Yeah, fuck California. We're gonna move to Texas." And they're like, "Yeah, we moved back." Like, yeah, it's cheaper over there. You can get a cheaper house, but you also get paid less. So
In Texas?
yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't cost of living be, like, wouldn't it match out there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they're like, so we moved out here thinking it'd be cheaper, but it's the same shit. So they're like, we'll just go back to Cali. But they were also.
But I mean, people move out there because of the no taxes, right? Isn't that like one of the big things? Like,
They have taxes.
I don't think
it's
you
like
pay very small state taxes, but you pay a lot in property taxes. Is what a lot of people.
I would believe that. I would
So-
believe that. Yeah.
But yeah, I know. Anyways,
Is that either drink?
oh yeah, Boise,
Texas
Idaho.
has no state income tax, so
But you pay hella property taxes there, I believe. I believe they have one of the highest in the country. But you have
I feel like you'd have to move somewhere like Vermont. You'd have to move to one of the states that like isn't popular, like Delaware.
give you free health care.
Fucking
Bernie Sanders.
no, yeah, no. But the
Senator.
Texans pay roughly a third more in property tax than the national average.
holy shit.
So Uncle Sam's gonna get his no matter what.
Yeah.
Arizona would be pretty cool. Colorado.
So I got an email at work, and it was like, we're looking for store managers in these locations because no one wants to fucking do it one in Boise, Idaho, and there was one in a town called Eagle, Idaho.
I'd take that.
I looked at Eagle, Idaho, and it was a beautiful looking town. I was like, hey.
I would fucking do it. I would totally do it. We've talked about that. Like, if I had the opportunity to move to one of the other branches, I would.
But, like, I don't know if I wouldn't do anything permanently. I just want to go live in another place for, like a year or so, just to experience different worlds.
I think that'd be tight. As long as the company is willing to help you relocate, hey, I'm out. But, like, if you're putting it all on my bill, no, I'm not going to fucking do it. I mean, yeah, you could guarantee me whatever in salary, but it's like, okay, but I still have to pay for everything to fucking move out there? No.
There was a position for my job in New England. And I was like...
U.S. New England, or...?
Yeah, U.S. Like, I just go to the East Coast.
Chowder. Chowder.
That's cool, but I don't like seafood, so...
That would be
really,
Vic.
It'd be like...
Chowder.
I don't watch chowder.
Chowder and meth? Hey, it's a
Is that what they got over there?
big meth epidemic out there. Yep.
Good for them.
Yeah, he's going to come back here. He's going to come back here and be like, yeah, this ain't cold. Oh, you're fucking cold? Yeah, I go swimming in the snow.
It's like, I'm a fisherman.
Fucking pansies.
If you could stone cold stunner one historical figure without repercussion, who would it be?
Andrew Jackson.
Your reason.
For those that don't know, my wife is Native American. I spent like 6 years on the res, like honorary Native. And homeboy.
That's not how it works.
Homeboy.
Are you appropriating their culture right now?
They like me. It's cool.
Oh, okay.
I have a black stepdad.
But homeboy started the Trail of Tears, so that's just the first thing that comes to mind. I could probably think of a few others.
I think with no repercussions.
And that's the U.S. president too, so you know.
Probably should do M. Night Shyamalan because he made Dragon Ball Evolution. Probably about like a safe.
No, he made Last Airbender.
No, he did Dragon Ball, didn't he?
No. That was Fox. That was somewhere from Fox.
Another historical figure, Alexander the Great.
Oh, it's James Wong. I don't even know who that guy is.
Because then you could say that you.
I know James Wong. Good.
Then you could say that you.
I think. The Conjuring. Wow, he did Dragon Ball Evolution.
Good for him.
Oh man, what a glow up! What a glow up he did. But he also did Aquaman. But he also did Aquaman.
That movie made money.
Dragon Ball.
Yes. Its budget was $30 million and it box office at 58.2.
Well, yeah, because the initial hype for everyone going the first few days. And
what the hell? Okay, so James Wan, The Conjuring, Insidious, Aquaman, Conjuring 2,
it's hit and miss, man.
Saw 1, Furious 7, Dead Silence, The Nun, Insidious 2, Annabelle. He's working on Aquaman 2 right now. What the hell? He really does. He has Mortal Kombat coming out.
Wait, who'd you look up?
James Wan. Oh, James Wong. I said James Wan.
Yeah.
I was like,
I was like, hold up. That's not what I'm... This is not what I'm saying. He did... His filmology is Final Destination, The One, Willard.
Did he really make Willard?
Final Destination 3, Black Christmas, and Dragon Ball Evolution.
Weird.
Very, yeah. I think that's all he's done. I think after Dragon Ball,
was Dragon Ball his newest project?
I think so. I think that's the last thing he did.
After that, they're like, yeah, no, we don't trust you to touch anything.
Oh, he did the X-Files.
Well, look who's here. Hi, Poochie. You look like you've got something to say. Do you?
Yes, I certainly do. I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Who are you, really?
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Come for me, Gmork! I am a traitor!
You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Don't let yourself be destroyed.
Offer me everything I ask for. Anything you want. I want my father back, you son of a bitch.
I am your father.
That's my son! This is my boy! My boy!
That's impossible!
You're laughing. someone was killed today because of what you did.
I know. How about another joke, Murray?
Fuck you.
None of you seem to understand. I'm not locked in here with you.
You're locked in here with me.
It's still my dog of war. I understand your pain.
Actually, we're all tickled to hear you say that.
You shall have your revenge.
Iron Man.
Good night. And always remember, that's